And then we just watch it later in slow motion.
Lower motion.
Hey, before we get started, I want to address the elephant in the room. How much do people get your last name wrong, and how much does it annoy you?
In terms of spelling it.
Yeah, because it's I've never seen anybody with one F and two N's in Hoffman before in my life.
Yeah, very often people spell it like Dustin Hoffman does, but
It must be an
I'm
honor for you then.
I'm used to it. It doesn't really bother me.
That's good.
We figure like somewhere in the past, one of our ancestors like misspelled it, and it just stayed that way.
Yeah, no, that's true. Or maybe even change it to be different. I
Yeah,
know that my mom's family, at some point in the lineage, because my cousin did some report on it in high school, some point in the lineage came from Germany and changed your name, change it to like an Americanized name just to like to fit in better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a gal I went to college with at San Jose State, and her last name was Hoffman, but it was spelled with two F's.
Oh
And
wow.
she actually made the joke once, like, "Hey, if we got married somehow, like, how would we spell our last name? Like, would we go with yours or mine, or would it matter?"
She could be Hoffman.
Yeah,
It's like, when are you guys gonna spell the name right?
Like, well, we had two chances to spell it right. Hell yeah. Oh, with that being said, hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome to the Hypothetical Comedy Podcast. I am Funky Sam Medina,
And I am Athena Rodriguez.
and we're here with comedian Wes Hoffman. What's up, Wes?
hey, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for being here. Wes, we've known you for a very long time.
Hello.
Hella long.
Ella.
Hella. Because we're all in California, we can say
Yeah.
that. So I guess a couple years ago, before the pandemic, you moved over to Sacramento. That was just before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was November 2019. I moved over here.
How's life
Um,
how's life in Sacramento?
hot. No.
Yeah, I bet. That's how the life is here in Tracy too.
Yeah. But no, it's good. Like the area I live in, there's like a lot of stuff to do. I feel like I have like every store I could ever need near me. So like all within 2 miles. So that's
That's
nice.
that's good.
And yeah, so
And I feel like I don't know if this is true, but I feel like you're producing more shows than ever now.
um, I mean, I'm producing two,
Oh, okay. Well,
so maybe
that was
that's more
more.
than ever. I
Damn.
don't know.
Damn.
I
That was more
I
than
might,
that.
I might have a third one coming up soon. We'll see.
Oh, see, I
But
had your phone tapped, so I knew about that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You foreshadowing. But yeah, I currently have one in Sacramento at Track 7, Curtis Park location, and then the River Rock Brewery in Galt.
Yeah, that's a
And
good one. We were talking about that before we started recording. I like that room a lot.
yeah,
You packed it out. The crowd came to have a good time and laugh. Yeah, yeah. If you guys are near Galt, which I don't think anybody is, go check out that show. It's really fun.
well, yeah, it's nice because it's a small little town, and
Yeah,
they don't want to go to Sacramento to Laughs Unlimited or drive anywhere to see a show. So it's like they have somewhere local, so they're just gonna go there, and
and
that's
supporting the
that's why
local.
it does so
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
supporting the local brewery. Hell yeah, that's always good.
Instead, they make me drive there. So yeah.
Oh, I know. When we were there, the headliner was Teddy. Remember Teddy Hole?
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh man, is he going to be here?" And we realized his drive from San Jose was super far.
Yeah.
But it was a good show. It was a lot of fun. And we got to meet his dog that day.
Oh my gosh. Oh my heart.
Yeah,
That dog.
me too. Me too.
So, Wes, tell us like what got you into comedy, into starting comedy.
So a long time ago. No.
This is like a Star Wars movie, a century far away or
Cue the marquee.
galaxy far away.
Wait, I'm in comedy? No.
Inside.
That's what this
Whoa.
has been the whole time.
Whoa, you're wondering why people are laughing at you. I thought I was a motivational speaker.
No, in high school, I was in a drama class and musical theater. I was a big theater kid, and I was just constantly making like random jokes, like a lot of it would go over people's heads, and
I know the feeling on that.
and then like one of my friends, he actually coined a term during high school and started saying West joke anytime I said something. So like for a while, I had my license plate on my car was said West joke because
Oh, I
I was like
remember that.
I would so my Twitter handle's West joke and my like all my handles are West joke.
Did we
So
see
that's
him
how
on the road one time?
Yes.
I feel like we saw that on the road one time.
yeah. But so that's how that came about. But it was actually we were doing some award show at the end of my senior year, and for the drama awards, and I was one of the co-hosts for the show, and so I was up to my usual stupid jokes. I think like one of them was like, "What happens if you step in gum?" And then I was like, "You become a gumshoe." Like, like I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, I was like, why did I call it Pepsi? Why not Pep Ocean? Like, stupid.
So basically, you invented dad jokes.
Yeah, I guess. And I was an early dad, but my friend's dad, my friend who coined the term West joke, his dad came up to me after the show and was like, "You should really stick to comedy." And I was like, "He's all, you're really good at it. You should get into it." And I was like, "Oh." So for some reason, I took someone else's dad's advice, and but and then like once I got into college, I saw there was like a flyer on one of the bulletin boards, and it was like, "Hey, you want to get into stand-up comedy? You can take these courses with the San Francisco Comedy College."
Ooh.
And so I was like, "All right, I'll check that out." And I ended up doing the comedy college, and then that's how I officially kind of got into it.
That is so
Wow.
great.
Wait, so you were doing regular college and comedy college at the same time?
Dang, that's high
Yeah.
college.
Wow. That is so much
I
that is
mean,
so much homework.
the comedy college is just like 8 total weeks, right? So it's like 4 weeks you work on writing, and it's just 1 day a week. So
Okay.
it wasn't like actual college.
You weren't writing a thesis.
Yeah.
That's cool though. How do you feel like the drama classes and stuff prepared you for comedy?
Um, as far as like stage presence and stuff, I feel like it totally helped. Um, there are like moments where I'm like, damn, I wish I still had someone else writing what I'm saying, but
Yeah, me too.
but yeah, like obviously you guys know comedy is like it's all on you. So whereas with when you're doing a show, you have support, so it's kind of obviously it's different that way, but in terms of just the stage presence alone, it definitely helped.
That's cool. Did you stop acting at that point and just pursue comedy full time?
Uh, like
Like
after
was
college,
yeah.
my plan was to do both or attempt to do both, but it like I did some auditions and got some callbacks and stuff, but nothing ever really went through. Um, so it's just been comedy, yeah.
Nice.
Although I keep thinking, I was like, I kind of want, like, I kind of miss it, but they don't have to rehearse every night. I don't have to do that with comedy.
You do well. You rehearse. You just
I
rehearse
mean, I
in front of other
should.
people. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, me too. I should. But but just book me on a show. Who cares? Hell yeah, that's cool. So when you started comedy, were you living in San Francisco?
No, I was living in San Jose.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
okay. Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
Hell yeah.
So when you started comedy, were you like going? Uh, I guess what was it like in the comedy college? You see, you're doing like writing and stuff once a week and things like that. But like, how did they kind of cast you off? Like, did they hook you up with like a big show at the end? Did they kind of like give you booker contact information?
Yeah, so when I went, I think it's different now, but so after the 4 weeks you work on writing and they like pair you up with another comedian in the group or whatever. And then the next 4 weeks you work on the actual performance aspect of it. And then at the very end, for the graduation, we got to perform at Rooster Teeth Feathers.
Oh wow, that's
So
cool.
yeah,
That's a good venue.
Yeah. Do you have any tips, like maybe like a tip that you learned from comedy college, or like you still like apply it to this day?
not really. Like I remember some. Well, I think after time, it's just like okay, these steps will get you started in the writing process, so to speak. But then after a while, it's just kind of like I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't
And a
need
lot
to
of
do
probably a lot
that.
of things you learned are more subconscious at this point now too.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of it that they used were like from Greg Dean's book of stand-up comedy. So I don't know if you're familiar with Greg Dean's
I've
stuff,
never heard
but
of them, but
it
that's
has
cool.
to do with like the joke map and like, stuff like that. So
That's pretty cool. I like the idea that they give you kind of like the general concept, and then after you're done with it, you kind of put your own voice on it. You
yeah,
like learn how to put your own voice to it. And I like that.
I just remember like when I was first starting, I thought I was the shit for some reason.
Everybody
And
does.
I was, so I'm still in college and I going to these comedy courses, right? And then I told a buddy of mine at San Jose State, I was like, dude, let's record my first comedy album.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm like a month into doing it, and I was like, let's record my first comedy album. And it was so stupid because we went to his house. We weren't even recording a live show, right? It's just me recording jokes on his laptop, and he's adding laugh tracks. And you could clearly hear me reading from my notebook.
No.
And we called it like Wes Hofmann almost live in front of an almost real audience.
Nice. Well, at least you like played on that part of it. You weren't trying to like pretend like you wasn't in front of an audience.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do
But
you still
yeah.
have that?
I have a copy of it somewhere.
Oh my god.
But I remember telling the people in the comedy college, I was like, yeah, I got my first CD. And they're like, sure.
Well, if you ever like come out with some kind of like paywall, like a Patreon or an OnlyFans, you should put that behind the paywall.
Yes. Worth it. Oh man.
That is hilarious. So what happened to that CD? Did you like play for people?
There's a few friends that have it, and somebody even has it in their like playlist or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, your first CD came up in my playlist today." And I was like, you don't need to tell me that.
I'll burn that playlist.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is that someday somebody has something to blackmail you with.
basically, yeah.
They're like, no, he meant to do it like this. This is why he's so hilarious.
He
This
did
is
it
why
on
he's a
purpose.
genius.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Oh my goodness. I love that.
I love that too. I when I first started doing comedy, for some reason I didn't do it, but I wanted to record myself on a laptop before I did it, just to like see timing and different things like this. But you can't do that. Like
Yeah.
that's definitely not the same. But yeah, I was attempting to do the same thing. My friend was even like willing to let me borrow her laptop and to do it. And then she just kept going, "What are you gonna do? When you want to borrow my laptop?" I'm like, I don't know. And I never did it, but I'm glad I never did it.
Oh my God.
Because then I would have one of those.
I'm an original. Don't copy me.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
I think what's really funny about it is like you're worried about like people seeing those things, but I feel like it could like kind of make people endear you a little bit. Like, look at this little goofy ass. I love that about people. I love when they like, are real and they do things and they kind of like own up to it. They're like, yeah, I did that weird thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was trying to sell it though, like,
oh man, how much?
I was trying to sell burned copies of the CD that was maybe not even 20 minutes long.
Oh gosh.
But I was only asking for like $3. So.
Oh, that's not bad. You like those rappers? You like those rappers at the mall?
Yeah. Yo, take my CD, and then you take it. Like, all right, now give me money. You're like, what?
Yeah, they hand it to you first.
Whoa! I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I've been there.
That's why you don't take them.
Like, here, take my CD, and they hand it to you, and they're like, all right, $10. And you're like, wait, what? This is a transaction? I thought I was supporting you for free.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's a really cool thing to start on merch.
I met a guy one time at the mall trying to sell me a CD, and we talked about collabing because I do comedy, but it never came about.
Maybe he sold all his CDs. He was ready to make it.
Maybe he just graduated. Yeah,
He graduated.
He graduated.
Try that with some of my shirts. Just throw shirts at people and then tell them to give them money.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
give me money.
Oh, they should have at baseball games. And they throw shirts out to the crowd. Oh, by the way, everyone who caught a shirt, give us $20 on the way out.
You mean shooting people with t-shirt cannons and they're like all stunned? Okay, $10.
They like roll up an invoice inside the shirt.
That'd be great. So what happens after Rooster Teeth Feathers? You just kind of hit the ground running with comedy?
So at Rooster Teeth Feathers that night, they had like a sign up list for one of their comedy competitions.
Oh,
so they're like, oh, if you're interested in signing up, put your name on this list. And so I signed up for that. Didn't go well, but I think like my graduation show went fine, but at the competition, I just remember like my parents sitting in the front row, and then I like forgot my material, and I just like yelled at my mom.
Oh, that's fun. You're
like, what, Mom?
I was like, Mom.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's like, why did you bother having me? Look at me.
Oh my God.
They don't sit in the front anymore. I don't know why.
No, I bet not. In fact, you must be responsible for all the guests I sat at Tommy T's because nobody wants to sit in the front.
Ever.
Again. It's so crazy. Like working at a comedy club, I'm like, here you go. And they're like, oh no, I don't want to sit in the front. Like, oh, you want to sit in the balcony in the back? Sure. Okay.
Oh my God.
People are so scared of getting roasted.
Yeah, I mean, people have either heard stories from someone or, they've experienced it firsthand. So it's like they go to enough shows and then they're like, nope.
And then it's funny though, because like the way that that club specifically is set up is you can get roasted if you're, 6 or 7 tables down still. You don't need to be in the front.
Like, hey, you, I see you.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Table 8. Hey, shut up, table 8.
You know the layout.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. People that sit, a lot of these places, people that sit further away from the front, they think, oh, that leaves me room to like have table conversation.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And the comedians won't know that we're talking, except, hello, everyone else is being quiet and we can still hear you.
Oh man, it's so bad. I can tell you so many stories. I will tell you one though. When I first started working at the club, I had to sit somebody in the back at the balcony in the back, and it's definitely hard to see from up there. But you're coming late to the show. You got a few people. You got to do what you got to do. And they go, I can't see from here. One of the guys goes, I can't see from here. And they go, well, there's monitors above you right here. You can see from there. And he goes, oh, I might as well watch it from home. And then I go, well, it's not playing at your home. And then I walked away.
Oh my God. Sass.
Like, no, sir, you cannot watch it from home, idiot.
You're very sassy as a security guard, dude.
I know. I try.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang. Okay.
So once you start doing comedy, like I guess the competition, how is things going for you? Like when did you finally decide, I guess, like this is for you?
Like you felt it. Like you felt like you could do this.
You belonged.
Before the recording.
I don't know, maybe in about 10
yeah,
years.
before recording your album. Yeah, I guess, right? 1 month.
Maybe in 10 more years I'll feel like it's
What year did you graduate from the comedy school?
what year was that? Like 2007?
Oh wow, okay. Okay, so I met you probably 2010, so you're already doing it a couple of years at that point.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And before you moved to Sacramento, were you always located in San Jose?
I mean, kind of. I mean, San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara.
Okay. The San Jose, yeah, the greater San Jose area.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. What kind of what kind of places did you really like enjoy playing when you first started doing comedy out there in San Jose?
So there was a spot in Mountain View called Ron's Farmhouse. That was a fun spot, like open mic. It was a lot of the comedians that from that time, went there.
Right. Did it have animals, or was it just called that?
No, it was just called that. It was a bar, but and then there's Rose and Crown.
Wow.
Some other ones.
So funny because those places were definitely before my time. Because when you said Mountain View,
I'm aging myself, man.
You are. Well, when you said Mountain View, I thought you were going to say St. Stephen's Green or something.
Me too.
I was like,
I went there a few times. Yeah.
Oh, I went there like almost every week. I was there all the time because that's when I first started. It was a good room. I remember one time at St. Stephen's Green, when my second time doing comedy ever, I was there, and halfway through my set, the spotlight went off, and it never went on again. I don't know what happened. It must have been so funny.
I was so impressed by him though, because like that kind of thing at the time for me, I would have just like, all right, I'm out. Like just like walk off the stage.
Well, I mean, the mic was still working, I guess.
Yeah, right? The mic was. I don't know. I just stopped for like 3 seconds. I processed and I just continued.
He just kept going, and I was like, "Yeah, you keep going, man."
But this point in my life, in my comedy life, because that was my second set ever. But this point in my comedy life, if that happened, I would probably like roast the spotlight a little bit, like talk about it and talk about what happened and how I feel about it a little bit. But I just wasn't equipped to do that at the time.
Was there an actual like spotlight operator, or was it?
I don't know. I don't know. It just went dark.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the light burned out or if they just didn't want me on the stage anymore or what.
Remember, it used to be like bright green or bright purple. I can't remember. But it was like
green. It was
color.
Green because St. Stephen's Green.
It looked like little goblins.
It was green because of St. Stephen's Green.
I'm just imagining like the spotlight going out. You continuing, and then when the lights come back, no one's in there.
That would be even funnier.
You're like, oh, I wasn't just like bad at jokes. There was nobody here.
I was wondering why there was crickets.
Why are the doors locked?
Hell
Dang,
yeah.
so you were a young gun when we were starting out still. It's so funny that you said that you felt like you were ahead of your time, but when we were like doing jokes with you, I felt like you were a little bit more seasoned, to be honest. You're funny. You're a funny person.
Yeah, we met you the days of the Brit in downtown San Jose.
Yeah.
Those were good times. I miss a lot of the mics in San Jose because we're not there. You're not either. But we're not there anymore, and a lot of the mics aren't there. But it was a good times. It was a good times of my life. Early 2010s,
like
doing
our
some
comedy childhood.
taking light rail, to the different mics and taking the bus.
Yeah,
falling asleep on the light rail and running off without my backpack.
Ew, I didn't do that.
I did that one time. I was leaning on my backpack as like a pillow, and I fell asleep. and I woke up and it was my stop, and I just ran off the light rail. Yeah, that wasn't. I got it back though. I got it back. Yeah, somebody turned it in. They thought it was a bomb, maybe.
Oh my god!
It's funny because on the transit, at least in the San Jose area, they always tell you like if you see unattended bags, do not touch them, report them because they think it might be a bomb or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine definitely wasn't a bomb.
No,
it was the jokes were a bomb though that were written in there. So how did you learn to start writing stuff? Like, what's your writing style like?
I try not to like limit myself what like I don't like to say, oh, I'm just gonna do observational humor. I'm just gonna do, this or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I don't really do political stuff.
I don't either. I really don't either.
But that's not to say that I wouldn't. It's just that I don't pay attention enough to know all the facts, like
right.
I don't really want to say a joke that's not accurate,
And a lot of times if I'm at like a mic or an open mic or something and there's like a political thing that just happened and like every single comic is talking about it, I kind of tune it out at some point because I'm just sick of hearing about it.
like this week, right, on Facebook, everybody was talking about the summer missile or whatever.
Gosh.
And I was just like, all right, like I am not gonna post one of these.
No, me neither. And I was making the same joke too.
Yeah.
And I was worried, like I was like, oh great, so this, like I just did a show in Galt a couple nights ago and I was like, well, this is gonna be like the submarine show.
This show's gonna sink and never come back up.
Yeah. And I was surprised, like none of the comedians mentioned it. I guess they got it all out on Facebook, so
well, that's good.
That is good.
I was like, we can do a show without one of those.
Yes. Without the hot topic of the week.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, though. That is really good. Yeah, I like how you were a little bit worried about it. You're like, oh, great. This is the submarine show.
Because it is like that.
It is like that,
especially if you're not just like for showcases and shows, but like if you do open mics, it's like each comic has their own take on the same subject. And sometimes when they start talking about it, like the audience is even like, like
no, like I literally saw the same joke on Facebook almost from everybody about, oh, don't make this joke is beneath you, or you're subhuman for saying that.
Yeah,
stupid shit. Yeah.
And then before that, it was Matt Rife. Like, you
oh
couldn't
my
get
god,
through anything without like getting a Matt Rife post.
Yeah, that was crazy too.
That was so wild.
I think, my favorite post was like Ben Feldman said something like, while you were wasting your time writing submarine jokes, Matt Rife just got 10 new minutes or something like that.
You know what's funny? I think it was Ben Feldman who said my favorite Matt Rife post too. He said, honestly, think about it. What makes more sense, Matt Rife being famous or you? See, like sometimes I'll get a kick out of these topical posts, but it's 1 out of 100.
Oh my god.
I mean, if anything, I learned who Matt Rife was. I didn't know.
I mean, it's true. I didn't know who he was. Literally, I never heard of him before last week, and then he was all I heard about for an entire week.
Yeah.
That was so wild.
It was pretty wild. It really was. Because now he's famous now, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good for him for getting famous. I should take my shirt off and take a picture.
Don't think that'll have the same effect.
Maybe people are like, look at this guy. Put your shirt back on. So how did you get into the producing side of comedy?
So let's see. What year was it? I think it was 2009.
Oh wow, that long ago you started producing.
Yeah, I had a friend who worked with the city of Morgan Hill at one of the community centers, and they have a theater there, about 200-seater, and
that's incredible.
She was like, "Oh, they really want to get comedy going here at the theater," and I was like, okay, like, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh shit!
And I'm over here. I'm over here
Oh,
recording a
you want
CD. I
me
don't have
to?
time to put comedy in a building. I'm
Oh,
trying
you
to sell
want
the
me
CD out of
to?
my trunk.
Oh, you're asking me to run it. Oh, I see. So, I signed like an agreement with them for like 6 weeks. We're gonna do a show every week and
Like
just
a
see how
trial.
just like, yeah, to see how they go. And, it was only gonna be like tickets at the door only. And then we just split the money 50-50 with the venue. That's all it was.
That's good.
And the show's got maybe, 30 to 40 audience members, and there was like 6 comedians per show. And I was like, okay, not bad for the trial. And
Yeah.
then we eventually agreed on doing a monthly show. So we would do it the last Thursday of every month, and it would just be like, it would be me as host and then 3 other comedians. So more of a professional type show.
Yeah.
And the only thing is we would have an intermission also, because they didn't allow drinking or anything in the actual performance area.
Oh wow.
It was just in the lobby only. So we're like, we need to make some money. So initially we just sold like sodas and waters in the lobby. And we're like, man, we need booze for comedy.
Yeah,
But,
losing these people
but,
up.
but for me to go out and try to get a liquor license, I was like, this isn't going to be easy for me to do. So we ended up, I was somehow approached by one of the businesses in Morgan Hill, who's a restaurant and bar, and they're like, "Hey, we'll be glad to get a offsite liquor license and serve the drinks for you guys in the lobby." And
Wow.
then we also picked up more sponsors for the show. So those sponsors would get 10 tickets in advance, and then they would either sell them themselves or give them away, whatever.
Yeah,
And then,
like a prize or whatever.
yeah. And then in return, what I would do during the show is give each of the sponsors like a plug, like either before the show or after intermission. And it was funny because I would just try to find like clever ways to like introduce a sponsor. That was my joke writing for the month, like I was like, okay, try to figure out how to enter this without just saying, oh, please give it up for our sponsor, because that's just boring, right?
Yeah, right.
So I would like make up some story and be like, that's why I went to Hale Lumber. Like, and then they loved it because
Yeah.
they know each other and everything in that community, and
Oh, that's cool.
so then the Morgan Hill one like got really good going good, was going well. That about, let's see, I did it for 7 years there.
Wow, 7
So
years?
yeah. And then
Wonderful.
like after the 5th year, there was a venue in Gilroy, that used to be the Gaslighter in Gilroy.
I remember the
But
Gaslighter
yeah,
before I was doing comedy when it was the music place.
yeah. But then it became a Nine Lives Club. But anyway, we added on Gilroy. So Gilroy would be the Wednesday night before, and then Morgan Hill the following night. I'd booked the same comedians for both shows. So yeah, it
Nice.
did the same thing with the sponsors in Gilroy. And yeah, so, and then eventually in 20, what was it, 2013? No, that's not right. Is it? I don't know.
7 years later.
It is 7 years later from whenever I started. Yeah, I was just like, all right. I was like thinking about moving to Sacramento at that time also. And I knew I had to get heart surgery soon. So I was like,
That's
I'm
right.
not going to try to do everything. So I handed it off to Sam Meeker and Tommy Broom.
Okay, yeah.
And then they were going to continue the Morgan Hill one. The Gilroy one had already fizzled out. But I don't know what happened, but it only lasted a year after I left.
Oh
Oh
wow.
man. I guess you do have to do everything.
Yeah.
Did you have any like I mean I'm sure you probably didn't, but did you have any like fun stories? Like was there one show or one night that stood out the most to you because it was just wacky?
Well, there was a there was a show. I don't know if I would say it's wacky. It was just not not the norm for what we had in Morgan Hill. We had one performance we had to do in a different location. Uh, so it wasn't in the theater. It was in like their like community center banquet area, just because they were doing something else in the theater that night. And so I was like, okay, we could set up the show in there. That's fine. They still have a stage, we could do it in there. And I booked Drennan Davis to close out the show. And for some reason, there was a mom with her young kid in the front row. Like, we didn't advertise it for all ages, but we also said, hey, if you're okay with your kid listening to it, then that's on you, right?
Oh boy.
And Drennan's got all these like animations he's showing of like vaginas and dicks and he looks at the front row and he goes, do you know about this? Like
Oh
no. Am I teaching you something right now?
Is this
there were some audience members that like walked out and like they looked at me and they're like, what are you doing? Never again. I'm like,
oh dang.
I was like, I think it's funny.
I think it's like they're only offended because the kid is there.
Yeah.
Like they probably would have enjoyed it without knowing there was a kid in the front.
But I also feel that the show overall would have translated differently if we were in the normal space.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the normal lighting and everything and
yeah, just the normal environment.
Yeah.
Definitely. What is she doing? Oh, sorry, our cat's being weird. I think she's gonna come here and go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's gonna be great for everyone on the podcast to hear.
That's cool. And so it was like 2016 or so. You kind of stepped away from that. You mentioned that you had heart surgery. I don't want to go too much into that, but you want to just touch on that a little bit and talk about that because that was pretty big deal for you.
Yeah.
Well, it was something. I was born with a heart problem, so it was something. The surgery was something I knew that was gonna come about at some point.
Oh.
It was just a matter of when.
So you always knew your whole life that you had to have it at some point?
Yeah, I always knew it my whole life. I would have to
man.
get surgery. I just didn't know when. It's something that we kept track of. Went to the cardiologist every year, and yeah. So it was just like, okay, it doesn't look like it's going to be this year. Maybe next year. It doesn't look like it's going to be this year. Maybe next year. And then one year, it was like, all right, it looks like it's going to be now. And I'm like, wait, what?
Dang.
Like,
wow. After like 30 something years of like of monitoring it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they're like, they had me do some like tests. They're like, okay, we're going to have you do a stress test. And I was like, okay, what the hell is that? Like,
and they just start heckling you.
So
well, you suck. Get off the stage. This is your stress test.
So it's 2015, right? And I've never been on a treadmill before, to be honest. I had never been on a treadmill before then. And so they have me go on this treadmill. And then they're like, all right, go as fast as you can or whatever, And then, but at the same time, I have to put my right arm straight out because they're checking the blood pressure or whatever as I'm doing it. And I was like, who the hell walks like this? I don't. Like, and so, I'm doing this, and one of the gals, one of the nurses, she's like, okay, is this how it is when you normally walk? I was like, I don't think so. The ground's usually not moving. I was being a smart ass with them. And eventually they got to a speed where I guess I couldn't handle it, right? So then they're like, all right, you're going to need to lay down. And this pretty much proves you need the surgery or whatever. And I was like, all right.
Wow.
Wow.
Maybe the stressful situation is them making you walk weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
the stress test, and they just start nagging you.
They're like, oh yeah, the copay will be $50. I was like, well, that didn't help.
Oh fuck.
Well, here's a stress test, and your mom and dad are in the front row. How long did the surgery take?
I mean, the surgery was done in I don't know, a few hours, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't awake.
Yeah. You're like, hey guys, what you doing over there?
But like I went out. I can't. After surgery, I was in ICU for a while, which I was drugged up as hell. So I don't really remember ICU too much. I just remember like I was laying down in ICU, and I was like, I gotta pee or something like that,
No.
and then, like someone's like, just go. I was like, what? Because I didn't realize I had a catheter hooked up to me.
Oh, okay.
But they're like, yeah, just go, man. I was like, really? I was like all tripping out. I was like, I could just go?
That's not how my body works. If I go, then I have to lay in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eventually they rolled me to a room, and I think they ran into a wall. Like in
Oh,
the wheelchair. Like, oh, okay. Good thing I can't feel anything right now, guys.
Well, yeah, these are the trainee hospital people.
oh my gosh.
One time we saw we were at the bus stop, and we saw these trainee bus drivers coming around the corner,
gosh.
and every single one of them like hit the curb and went up the curb. And we were like, we don't take the bus when these guys graduate.
But overall, the hospital stay was like a week.
What was recovery like for you? How long did it take till you're back on stage?
I waited a couple months. Like I had to wait a good month or so before I could start driving again.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because road rage.
Yeah.
You don't want to get that ticker angry already.
Like, wait 3 months before you get really pissed off.
That would be the most accurate stress test, I think. Get them in the car.
That is hilarious. Was I don't know. I mean, I want to say like, were you scared? But I'm sure you kind of were a little bit going into it, right? Nervous.
Well, it was interesting because since it's something I had known my whole life that I knew I would have to get. Until it was almost time to have the surgery, I never spoke about it to anybody.
You never gave it like a second thought, really. No.
I didn't really like say, oh no, like I knew there was nothing I was going to be able to do to prevent it from not ever happening, like, so to me, it made no sense to like
freak out,
tell people about it and have them worry about it, and
that makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I was nervous, but
it worked out.
It seems like
were you? Well. Do you feel different afterwards? Like, do they fix something? Like, do you feel like
did you feel
more stamina or anything like that? Like after it was all said and done.
I mean, yeah, I definitely felt like I had more energy, more stamina, more being able to exercise for longer periods of time, and stuff like that.
You're like, I should have done this 20 years ago.
It wasn't time. He had to be ripe.
I know. There had to be a certain maturity level. That's cool. So let's switch it over a little bit. I know that like the Oakland A's are a huge part of your life. Talk about like getting into the A's and stuff.
It's a touchy subject right now, but
it's okay. This will be out in like a month, so hopefully they'll do better by then.
No, I'm just talking about them moving to Las Vegas potentially.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Most likely, I'm pretty bummed about that. But
you're like, I wanted Sacramento to be closer to you.
But yeah, when growing up, I always went to a lot of baseball games with my uncles on my mom's side, and also my grandpa, and we would go to like not just A's games, but minor league games and all sorts of baseball games. My grandpa would listen to the A's on the radio all the time. Um, and when it was going bad, he would turn off the radio. And then, like, about 30 minutes later, he'd turn back on the radio to check it again. And he may or may not leave it on again. But, but yeah, so I just grew up with the A's. And it was during, like, you know, big years where they had like the Bash brothers, McGuire and Canseco, and
Those were a
they
good
were they were
time.
really popular.
Late 80s.
Yeah, they had an owner that cared. And then I was playing Little League. I played Little League for about 7 years, and I did want to be a professional baseball player. That was my first dream. But then I was going to try out for baseball in high school. And then right before high school, my vision, I noticed it started to go bad. So I was like, oh, I need to get glasses. And then I didn't realize right away I needed glasses though. Like, I just thought for some reason I couldn't hit the ball anymore for whatever reason. Like,
Oh no.
I
Who
have
made the
one
ball
hit
fuzzy?
I have one hit all year. How did this happen? Like, I just suck now? And like found out, oh no, you need glasses. I was like, oh, that's why I couldn't see the ball. Oh. But also even if I had figured that out in advance, I wouldn't have been able to try out for baseball in high school because you have to do weightlifting and stuff. And with my heart condition, I wasn't able to do weightlifting. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, plus you'd never been on a treadmill in your life.
yeah.
That's probably a factor too.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he never walked. Like, just
Yeah.
on moving surfaces.
Is this how you normally walk? No.
Man, so you've been going to A's games like your whole life, because I know that you're just going, recently, like even living in Sacramento, you're still going to these A's games. Are you going to be able to go when they go to Vegas? Probably not, right?
Am I going to be able to am I going to want to go?
Oh, are you going to want
More
to
of a
go?
question.
Like, how do you feel about them?
I don't know. Like, I thought I was prepared mentally, like, because it's been in discussions for like a couple years now, the idea of going to Vegas or whatever. And I thought I would be prepared for when the day finally came that they announced they're going to go there. And yeah, I don't know, because my whole life I've known them as the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
But also the fan base for Oakland is incredible. And people from the outside looking in, they think the A's don't really have a fan base because no one goes to the games, and just, what you see in the media. They're like, oh, there's only 8,000 at the game. They don't have a fan base. But in the past several years, the A's have always traded away the star players. And then they would raise ticket prices. And then they don't upkeep the Coliseum, which needs to be replaced. They do need a new ballpark.
Yeah.
And
they've been needing a new ballpark.
It's the owner's job to upkeep the Coliseum. But for some reason, the commissioner seems to like put everything on the fans. Like,
wow.
Yeah, the commissioner's a
Wes,
joke
why
too,
is that Coliseum so messed up? It's your fault.
Yeah, it's I mean, part of it is the Raiders too.
Oh, all of it is the Raiders.
When the Raiders came back from when they moved from Oakland to LA and then back to Oakland, they added a big outfield structure called Mount Davis now.
Okay.
And for extra seats for the 50-yard line or whatever. And there used to be a nice view of the Oakland Hills beyond the bleachers. But now that's totally blocked because of Mount Davis.
Wow.
So it got rid of a lot of the charm of the Oakland Coliseum when the Raiders came
Wow, I
back.
didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's great. I've always told people that the Raiders moved to LA because they had to clean up after them in Oakland, and then they moved back to Oakland because they had to clean up after them in LA. So yeah, I completely. In fact, in my early 20s, I tried to be into the A's because I was into the A's when I was a kid, and I was at this restaurant, whatever, and I was in the bar area and I was watching like part of the A's game, and I looked around and I realized I was surrounded by Raider fans. So yeah, I never cheered for the A's again. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Sheesh.
I think there's a lot of like A's 49er fans though, like me.
I think there is
too. A lot of us that grew up in the 80s, you know, when the A's were big, and also when the 49ers were big with Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and those guys. Yeah. So those were the two teams to root for.
They had when the A's had Smoke. Was it Dave Henderson? Smoke? Dave Stewart. There we go. Hell yeah. See, I remember all that stuff. My mom was huge into baseball. In fact, I grew up in a house where my dad was hardcore Giants and my mom was hardcore Dodgers. So there was never peace.
Oh my.
As you probably know. Awesome. Hey, well, thanks for joining us, Wes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Do you have anything you're working on, any projects coming up or anything like that? Any new CDs coming out?
Ooh.
Do a remix of my first.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, put some background music.
That would be so cool if you rewrote your jokes from that album. The remix.
But no, I don't have anything really.
Nice. And then you plug your shows. You want to plug your social media and then tell again where people can find your shows?
So on Instagram and Twitter, handles Wes Joke. That's one word. And then website's weshoffman.com. You can work on spelling it correctly.
Yeah, you might find a few other Wes Hoffmans first.
Yes.
I think wesjoke.com also redirects to the same site. So
that's good. That's good.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah. You can find me.
You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, whatever.
Okay. Do you have
I have an actual legit album on there?
Oh, you do? Okay. I did not know that because we're looking for, we're listening to albums because we, sometimes we drive for comedy, as you probably do too. And we're like looking for comedy albums and stuff. So I'll check yours out next time we're on the road.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it was recorded back like in 2013. So
okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Nice. As long as there's no laugh tracks.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, it's real laughs.
Nice.
Ooh, I like it.
You can find me at Funky Sam Medina across the board.
And I'm at She Shines For You, all spelled out in numbers.
Everything else is at Hypothetical Comedy.
Woo.
Awesome, Wes. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.